Hey, it's Jade here again, and I've got your results, which we're going to dive into here in just a moment. But first, I want to say thanks for answering those questions. And the reason why is because it tells me something, that you're serious about fixing your metabolism. And that's important for women in their 30s, especially for those who have a lot going on. If you're like many of the women in their 30s who I've worked with, between your career, your relationship, and your kids, you've probably got a to-do list that's a mile long, and you spend your day running around, desperately trying to get everything done. You go to bed exhausted, only to wake up the next morning having to do the same thing all over again. And juggling all these responsibilities and expectations can make it feel next to impossible to maintain the body and health you had in your 20s. And for a lot of people, once they hit 30, stress starts to leave its mark, and the effects of aging start showing for the first time. That darn muffin top that keeps mushrooming up over the belly, thighs that can become dimply and squishy, or even the crow's feet that start to appear around the eyes when smiling. Also, you're probably aware most women's hormones start to decline in their 30s. While that can make things extremely difficult, here's some good news for you. While your hormones may have started to decline, they have the potential to stay relatively near their peak for a lot longer, which means your metabolism can and will respond, but only if you stimulate it the right way with the right methods right now. As I'm sure you know, your hormones won't always be at these optimal levels, and since you don't want to miss this very short window of opportunity, now is the absolute best time to take action. Hey, look, I love working with people who are action takers like you. Now, speaking of action taking, right now I have right here both your metabolic type, which is hugely important to know, as well as your #1 metabolic killer. And I've got some interesting news for you. Because of your unique combination of metabolic type and #1 metabolic killer, research shows you have the opportunity to up to double the fat loss and muscle toning results you can get from exercise, even while cutting the time you spend exercising by up to 90%. Simply by making one small, simple, but counterintuitive change to the way you work out. That's right. Literally dozens of scientific studies show you can drastically cut your workout time and still get up to double the results. So instead of having to exercise for hours a week, you can get up to twice the results by working out just a few minutes a week instead, all by making one small but crucial change. And you can do it even if you think you don't have the time, motivation, or the physical health and stamina. We'll get to exactly how in just a moment, but first, right now, I want to explain your metabolic type as well as your #1 metabolic killer. That way, you'll finally know what's been sabotaging your metabolism and keeping you from getting the fat loss and body transformation results you've been looking for. So let's dive right in, starting with your metabolic type. Here's the thing to remember. For women in their 30s, the single most important thing to take into account is your metabolic type. Your metabolic type is what determines how your metabolism, and hence your body, responds to diet, exercise, and lifestyle changes. And that's crucial because if you don't know your metabolic type, you'll be forced into one of the many one-size-fits-all approaches to getting in shape, most of which probably won't work for you, many of which probably haven't worked for you. In fact, in my clinical experience, not knowing your metabolic type is the #1 reason people who want to lose fat jump from program to program, each time hoping they've stumbled on the one that will finally work for them. It's also why people see a friend drop a few pant sizes using a particular weight loss approach, only to be so disappointed when they try that same approach for themselves, yet without the same results. No wonder there's so much frustration among people who don't take their metabolic type into account when setting up their game plan to lose fat. I simply don't want that for you anymore, and you probably don't want it either. That's why my #1 goal today is to help you get the results you desire and deserve. So without further delay, here's your metabolic type. Based on what you've shared with me about your symptoms and tendencies, you most closely match the sugar burner metabolic type, or what I like to call foggy and fatigued. Sugar burners must deal with some very specific and unique metabolic challenges. If you aren't aware of them, they can really mess up your metabolism and even drive someone who is a sugar burner a little crazy. So let me explain what your challenges are and what you can do about them. A sugar burner is someone with a tendency to get their energy by burning sugar from the foods they eat. Consequently, sugar burners are food-driven people. They live to eat. They don't just eat to live. What this means is you're often likely to be thinking about food in some way, either subconsciously or consciously, like, when is my next meal? What will it be? Will there be enough food? And will it taste good? As a sugar burner, it also means you tend to have a slower metabolism. The weight you gain is fast to pile on and slow to come off. And nothing is more frustrating than that, right? What you gain during Thanksgiving can take months to come back off, if it ever does. But that's not all that's slow. As a sugar burner, your movements and your thinking may feel like they're stuck in the mud as well. Some sugar burners feel like they're just slogging along, almost like life is in slow motion. I just can't seem to get moving is a common complaint I hear from them. That's why, for sugar burners, exercise is rarely fun for long. You might briefly enjoy the relaxing and energizing feeling of a good workout, but you're more likely to want to sit on the couch or curl up in bed, or better yet, sit down to yet another meal. And when sugar burners do exercise, it's not uncommon for them to have a surge in hunger and cravings right after the workout is over, driving them to eat and wiping out the workout's fat-burning benefits. Believe me, I know how frustrating that can be as well. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that even though this describes a typical sugar burner, most sugar burners don't experience every one of these issues on a day-to-day basis. But rest assured, based on your answers, you have a textbook sugar burner profile. And the reason why that's so important for you to know is because of what we're going to talk about next, your number one metabolic killer and how to fix it. You see, you can eat right, and you can exercise until the cows come home, yet the needle on the scale doesn't budge. It may even start moving in the wrong direction. And the reason why is because before you do anything else, you gotta start by fixing your number one metabolic killer. If you don't, your hormones and your metabolism will fight you, and trying to lose fat will be like trying to drive a car with the brakes on. You just won't get anywhere. And obviously, before you can fix your number one metabolic killer, you need to discover exactly what it is. So let's take a look at what we discovered about yours. Now, based on your answers and taking into account your specific metabolic type, your number one metabolic killer is simply this: your body is addicted to carbs. In fact, your body is what we describe as a carboholic. It literally cannot get enough carbohydrates to be satisfied. And that's a recipe for disaster when it comes to fat loss, because eating too much of the wrong types of carbs can shut down your fat-burning hormones while cranking up your fat-storing hormones. No wonder it can be so darn hard to get in shape. It's not your fault. Your body is stuck in fat-storing mode. But don't worry, I'm about to share with you two very powerful techniques that, when combined together, can totally diffuse this number one metabolic killer of yours. First, and this may come as a surprise to you, even though your body is addicted to carbs, going cold turkey and giving carbs up entirely is not the answer. You need carbs, but you need the right kind of carbs. Some carbs are perfectly safe, nourish your metabolism, and can help accelerate fat loss. But others are killing your fat loss efforts, gunking up your metabolic machinery, wreaking havoc on your hormones, and virtually forcing you to gain weight. The safe carbs are rich with fiber, water, and nutrients, with a minimum of sugar and starch. They include foods like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, carrots, Swiss chard, and salad greens. On the other hand, there are carbs with more starch and sugar and less water, fiber, and nutrients. I call these bad carbs slippery because they can so quickly and easily get out of control. And when they do, they dramatically increase your chances of gaining fat. These are carbs like breads, pasta, potatoes, and sweets. These slippery carbs have a very high calorie density. In other words, they pack a ton of calories into a tiny serving. So to really feel full and satisfied, you usually have to wolf down 2 to 4 servings, which skyrockets the calorie load of any meal. For example, have you ever read the label on a cereal box and seen how small a serving really is? That's what I'm talking about. Worse, these carbs don't do a good job of filling you up. That's because they're not very good at triggering the hormones that tell your brain you're full. So of course you're going to gorge on even more of them and never quite feel full. But worst of all, these slippery devils can skyrocket your insulin following a meal. That's bad, very bad, because insulin is a powerful hormone that slows down fat burning and speeds up fat storage. And even small amounts of these slippery carbs do this. Okay, I know the news sounds kind of bad so far, but cheer up, because now I'm going to share some good news. The 2 steps you need to take to fix your number one metabolic killer. Step 1 is to make a simple, easy, but very important substitution in your diet. Swap slippery carbs for safe carbs. Now hang with me for a moment, because if you think you've heard this advice before, you're in for a pretty big surprise. All I want you to do is this: just replace some of the breads, cereals, pastas, crackers, rice, corn, and beans you normally eat with all you want of delicious, non-starchy, fiber and water-rich smart carbs like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, salad greens, asparagus, and tomatoes. And when you get a sweet tooth, which will happen less and less when you cut back on these bad carbs, turn to low-sugar fruits like berries, apples, pears, and citrus fruits. They are plenty sweet and have the fiber content to satisfy you. Now, you may have heard some of this advice before, and you may be shaking your head saying, Jade, does this mean I can never enjoy donuts, cookies, ice cream, or pasta ever again? Heck no. This is where I have a surprise for you. In fact, you're going to want to write this one down. Every 7 to 10 days, I actually want you to eat some of those slippery, off-limits carbs. This is an important step to reset your fat-burning, metabolism-boosting, and appetite-suppressing hormones. It also will give you that all-important psychological release valve because you won't feel deprived. But please, don't go crazy and eat an entire pint of ice cream. Take your time, enjoy your treat, savor every single bite, because on this every 7 to 10 day schedule, you'll find that just a little goes a very long way. And one more fat-busting tip. When you do have your off-limit carb treat, try to have it in the morning or after a workout, when your fat-burning capacity is at its height. You'll be amazed how these simple, small substitutions can trigger fat loss and transform your body. Pretty easy and straightforward, right? Here's the thing though. That's only the first step in fixing your metabolism. You see, your specific metabolic type and your specific metabolic killer is a unique combination that requires a crucial second step. If you want to truly optimize your metabolism, burn the most fat in the least amount of time, finally get the results you've been looking for, and to enjoy those results for as long as you like. Yes, eating the right foods at the right times is of course crucial. However, there is something else that, when combined with proper eating, can up to double your fat loss results. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm talking about exercise, but definitely not the typical long, boring, useless exercises everyone dreads. You know, the ones that just waste your time without getting any results. And definitely not the type of exercise that makes you burn up to 60 to 90 minutes or more a day at some ungodly hour at the gym in spin classes or doing those insane workouts that seem to be the rage these days. Instead, I'm talking about a very specific and somewhat counterintuitive type of exercise, specifically designed for your metabolic type to get your fat-burning engines firing to the max. It's called intelligent exercise. That's because it can take up to 90% less time than traditional workouts, while giving you up to double the fat loss results. And I have to tell you, based on my clinical experience, this can work like gangbusters for women just like you. So, if you've been avoiding exercise because you thought it was too much of a hassle, you weren't motivated enough, or you just didn't get the results you wanted from it, this intelligent exercise may well be the answer you've been looking for. Because unbelievable as it may seem, all it takes is 15 minutes a day, just 3 times a week. And it can be done by almost anyone, young or old, in shape or struggling, even if you have physical limitations. And here's what people love the most. You actually get to rest whenever you like, for as long as you like, which helps you burn more fat even faster. I'll explain how in just a sec. Now, if you're already exercising, that's great. However, unless you're doing it intelligently, not only will it likely fail to deliver the results you want, it could actually backfire, forcing someone with your metabolic type and metabolic killer to gain fat instead of lose it. And, as I'll show you in a few moments, it could even severely impact one's health. Instead, intelligent exercise ignites a fat-burning metabolic fire so white-hot, it can rage for up to 48 hours after your workout. That's how this better, revolutionary type of exercise can give you such amazing feel-it-and-see-it results. It's why you can see and feel the changes so incredibly quickly without spending hours and hours running or slaving away on a treadmill, elliptical machine, or bicycle. And it's why you stay motivated not just to get into shape, but to stay in shape in the months and years ahead. Why am I so confident? Because intelligent exercise is based both on the latest cutting-edge scientific research and on my first-hand results with thousands of patients whom I've worked with and carefully monitored over the last 2 decades. In just a minute, I'm going to share a few success stories I'm super proud of. You'll hear from women just like you in their 30s. They're losing the stubborn fat around their waist and thighs, they're looking and feeling better than they have in years, and they are enjoying more energy than ever before. In just a second, I'll share more of their stories with you. It's incredibly exciting, especially if you're like most women I've worked with, and you feel like you've never gotten good results from working out. However, before I tell you about this revolutionary program that can up to double your fat-burning, muscle-shaping, youth-enhancing results in a whopping 90% less time than regular exercise, you first need to know the 3 huge myths most people fall for when it comes to exercise that cause it to fail to deliver the results you're looking for. In fact, these 3 huge mistakes could actually be the biggest reason why so many people tend to hang on to all that stubborn flab, or worse, cause them to get fatter and age faster, probably the exact opposite of the exercise goals you had in mind. Now, I have to tell you a little story, and quite frankly, it's a little, well, it's embarrassing. However, it's important that you hear it so you can understand how this slightly unusual program came about, why it's working so well for so many people, and why those 3 big mistakes I mentioned can often send someone's metabolism into a tailspin. I've been a health and fitness junkie since I was a kid. By the time I was 15, I was a personal trainer. As I gained more and more experience over the years, I noticed something interesting. The amount of effort people put in at the gym didn't really match up with the results they were getting, whether it was how they looked, how they felt, or even their overall health. I would see all these people who claimed to eat like birds and work out like crazy, yet their bodies still looked out of shape. They felt like crap and had no energy. And many got cursed with that skinny fat look. Flabby arms, a pudgy belly, and a sagging butt, not toned or tightened at all. Interestingly, the problems were more obvious in women than men. They already looked like their best years were behind them. I thought maybe they were cheating on their diets or skipping workouts, but I was wrong. They were, in fact, watching their calories like a hawk, and far from skipping workouts, it seemed like they couldn't get enough of them. This really had me scratching my head for a while, so I did a lot of digging. I talked to some of the world's leading exercise physiologists and did some very technical research myself, and I finally uncovered what was really going on. I was horrified to discover 3 huge mistakes that nearly all trainers, including myself, were making at the time, and that most continue to make today. However, here was what was most shocking. These 3 mistakes weren't just preventing people from losing fat, toning muscle, and revitalizing their health. These 3 exercise mistakes were and still are to this day causing the exact opposite effects: wild cravings, uncontrollable weight gain, soft, saggy muscles, stubborn fatigue, mood problems, sleep disruptions, and annoying chronic injuries. I was floored. So what the heck are these 3 huge exercise mistakes? Let's jump in right now. Prepare to be shocked. The first big mistake is what I call the terrible twos: exercising too long, too hard, or too frequently. This idea that more is always better can really backfire, causing someone to gain fat instead of lose it. It can trigger excessive cravings and hunger, forcing you to want to scarf down just about everything in sight. Maybe you've had that experience. Like after a long run or an intense spin class, you find yourself dying for a pizza, a bagel, or a huge plate of fries. The worst part is that those extra calories tend to show up in the worst possible places, like the lower belly or the upper thighs. What's more, exercise is a stress on the body, and too much exercise can lead to too much stress, which can literally wear down a woman's body, making them look and feel several years older than they actually are, like wrinkled skin, low energy, slower thinking and scattered memory, and a weak heart. As if that weren't bad enough, too much pumping and sweating can cause an overload of the stress and aging hormone cortisol, causing one to lose upper body muscle while adding on fat to the lower body, especially around the belly, making men look like bloated apples and women look like swollen pears. Not exactly what you may be spending all those hours on a treadmill to achieve. Now, on the other hand, the program of intelligent exercise I'm going to tell you about will not trigger cravings or hunger. In fact, this type of intelligent exercise actually decreases levels of ghrelin, the hormone that tells your brain that you're hungry, and it will not trigger excess age-accelerating cortisol. In fact, it can actually generate youth-enhancing antioxidants. Those powerful, rejuvenating molecules can help protect you against damaging, age-accelerating free radicals. For example, Vanessa from Costa Mesa lost 27 pounds doing just 15 minutes of intelligent exercise 3 times a week, and she did that while raising 4 children. But what I want you to pay close attention to is how beautiful her skin tone and face ended up. These are 2 telltale signs of aging and can make someone either look older or, in this case, younger than they actually are. Folks, she's 40 years old, but she now looks and feels like she is in her 20s all over again. Okay, now here's the second big mistake I found myself and others making: doing just a single type of exercise in each workout. In other words, doing cardio on one day to burn fat, and then resistance training on another day to sculpt lean muscle. While that can be effective, the reality is that it also consumes a huge amount of time. And, as I've seen time after time in my clinic, taking too much time is the #1 reason most people don't stick to a workout routine. Fortunately, my clinical experience also led me to an amazing discovery. When you do cardio and resistance together, it both saves you valuable time and gets you the results you're looking for. That's because it unleashes a tsunami of youth-enhancing hormones, muscle-stimulating molecules, and inflammation-fighting compounds that go to work reshaping your body from the inside out. In fact, a fantastic 2008 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research really dramatizes how powerful the results can be when you combine fat-burning and muscle-sculpting exercises. The study subjects were separated into 2 groups. One group did cardio and strength separately. The other group did both at the same time. Now get this, those who did both at the same time, like the way it's done in the intelligent exercise program I'm going to tell you about, burned 418% more fat and toned 83% more lean muscle than those who did them separately. That's huge. Okay, this final mistake is a doozy. Burning the most calories possible in a workout is the key to fat loss. The more you pump, the more you sweat, the more you spin, the more calories you'll burn, and the more fat you'll lose, right? Wrong. Listen to what Dr. Fred Pescatore, author of the Hamptons Diet, had to say about this calorie myth.
I'm Dr. Fred Pescatore. I'm a medical doctor who practices integrative medicine in New York City. When it comes to exercise, obsessing over calories is a myth. It's more about stimulating your metabolism.
Because, as it turns out, this is not at all how our metabolism burns fat. Look, I admit it, like many others, I too used to focus only on how many calories were burned during the workout. It's a seductively simple idea. Burn more calories and you'll lose weight. But it's a big mistake because contrary to what most people think, exercise doesn't just burn calories during the workout itself. In fact, that may be the least important thing it does. If done intelligently, as I'll show you in just a minute, a workout can stimulate your body to release a flood of hormones that tell your metabolism to keep burning fat for up to 48 hours afterward, while you're unwinding in front of the TV, while you're busy at work, and even when you're sleeping. It's like your body is exercising for you while you go about your normal day. That's why people who try this type of intelligent exercise are astounded at just how little time it takes to totally transform their body.
My name is Christopher Callan. I'm 70 years old. I was highly skeptical. I thought I knew a lot about nutrition, I knew a lot about exercise, and 15 minutes a day, 3 times a week is not going to make a dent in this body or anybody else's. And I was astounded. Jade is really up to date on the scientific evidence, and I feel much more beautiful. I feel much more confident. Looking in the mirror after this, I just feel just more myself and more involved in everything.
Great job, Christopher. Remember, you only get this metabolism-stimulating effect if you exercise the right way, at the right frequency, with the right intensity for the right length of time. Get any of this wrong, and your metabolism may fight back, blocking fat loss and encouraging fat gain instead. Understanding these 3 major exercise mistakes was a major turning point in my career as a personal trainer. I finally understood, first, that workouts should be super short. They don't need to be and actually shouldn't be too long and too hard. Second, that workouts should be super efficient. Cardio, resistance, and functional fitness. They should all be done at once for maximum fat burning, muscle toning, and age-fighting benefits. And third, if it's done right, workouts can be super effective. You can continue burning fat and sculpting muscle for up to 48 hours after the workout is over. After I realized these 3 things, I set out to devise an intelligent workout that got it all done in one over-before-you-know-it session. Truth be told, it wasn't easy. The process involved a good deal of trial and error. I made a few mistakes along the way, and some things I tried worked out better than others. Some a lot better. Until finally, I developed a workout that is quick, efficient, and triggers a powerful cascade of hormones that burns unwanted fat, tones flabby muscles, and fights aging long after the workout is over. It's like what 52-year-old Kim from St. Paul, Minnesota experienced. Before experimenting with this new program, she told me she was exercising way too hard and too long. Yet after just 9 weeks on this intelligent exercise program, something she very easily incorporated into her super busy daily routine, Kim lost 14 pounds and 18 inches, and she's absolutely loving her new six-pack. That's a pretty amazing accomplishment for anyone. Now, while this program has caught on like wildfire and gotten people all over the world some pretty fantastic results, I had to make sure it was safe for anyone to do. That's important because I see clients of all ages and fitness levels. So what I was devising had to be flexible enough to work for everyone, even if someone feels too old, too out of shape, too overweight, or if they have an injury. Take, for example, Kimberly from Comfort, Texas. At 380 pounds, she thought exercise was out of the question for her, at least the type of exercise she thought would burn fat and sculpt muscle. Boy, was she in for a surprise.
I was a total mess. I really was. I was barely functioning. I was up to 380 pounds. I was a size 36. The doctors told me that I had either better lose weight or they didn't see me being here in the next 5 years. Right now, I am at 238 pounds. It saved my life. It truly did. And since using it, I have a life that is phenomenal. I have so much energy. My health issues have all but disappeared.
Wow, Kimberly lost almost 150 pounds. She has the wind at her back now, and she's ready to keep going to reach her ideal weight. Something is finally working for her. So how did Kimberly get such phenomenal results in such a short period of time? Because the workout she did allowed her to work smarter, not harder, and definitely not longer. It allows you to get the most results in the least time. Once I had a system nailed down, I tried it out on myself and some colleagues. Then I incorporated it into my clinical practice with my clients. The results were nothing short of astonishing, as you've seen. The success rate of my clients skyrocketed to 80%. In other words, 8 out of 10 of my clients were now achieving their fat loss and health goals. But that still wasn't enough. Because frankly, I'm kind of a perfectionist. The remaining 20% who weren't getting the results they were looking for really bothered me. So I had to ask myself, why wasn't this new system working for them? That's when the solution dropped right into my lap, thanks to my most baffling client ever. I'm talking about Claudia, a private client of mine. When we first started working together, she was so frustrating. Don't get me wrong, she was loving her slimmer figure, tighter skin, and toned muscles. She appreciated that the workouts I had devised for her had so quickly produced the results she was looking for. But here's what was driving me nuts. She was taking breaks all the time. I thought she was just slacking off, not pushing herself hard enough, and yet she was still achieving incredible results. And I was truly perplexed by this. So one day, on a hunch, I decided to monitor her heart rate. And what I found shocked me. She was actually pushing herself harder than any of my other clients. How is this possible? Suddenly, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Claudia's results were beating the pants off my other clients precisely because of how much she was resting, not in spite of it. You see, by resting whenever she felt like it, Claudia was able to recover just enough to be able to push herself just enough to the point where real metabolic change happens. It's called the anaerobic threshold. And that's critical because reaching the anaerobic threshold is precisely what sparks the metabolic aftershock that floods your cells with powerful hormones and other metabolic compounds that boost your metabolism, torch fat, shape and tone muscle, and that activate your body's youth-enhancing hormones. This was a real eureka moment for me. I realized that I and other trainers had been assuming, and most of them still assume, that everyone has the same metabolic type, the same fitness level, the same ability to push, and the same ability to recover. Of course, that's a huge mistake. So instead of prescribing the same one-size-fits-all solution for everyone, I began encouraging people to rest when they needed to. This stunning discovery led me to develop what I call rest-based training, which is the unique combination of intelligent, super short, 15-minute workouts combined with individualized rest that can work for virtually everyone. But I had to put it to the test. So I recruited more than 40 people of all ages, fitness levels, and weight loss goals and had them test this for 9 weeks. And I found that whether you're younger or older, in shape or not, it can work for you too. And because every move has multiple variations to it, it can even work if you have an injury or chronic health condition that may affect your ability to exercise, with your doctor's approval, of course. This is what makes my program different from every other type of exercise out there, even from the latest craze, high-intensity interval training, which can really do some damage to your body and your metabolism if you go overboard as so many people do. Instead, by using rest strategically and allowing you to rest whenever you need to, you can automatically customize your workout to your own individual metabolic type and fitness level. This allows you to do just like Claudia did, to consistently push past your anaerobic threshold and trigger a metabolic aftershock that ignites a metabolic fire so white hot it rages for up to 48 hours after your workout is over, burning fat, shaping muscle, and turning back the clock like nothing you've experienced. Fast forward to today. I've now used this program and its unique, powerful rest-based strategy with over 295,000 people, often, as you can see, with remarkable success. Rest-based training has worked so well that people come from all over the world to work on this program under my supervision here at my metabolic clinic in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Many fellow trainers come as well because they also want to know how to get the most results in the least amount of time for their clients. But for the past few years, the demand and the need for this training has become so great that I either needed to clone myself or find another way to get this powerful training to everyone who needs it, especially those unable to travel here to North Carolina. So I set out to create a do-it-yourself, at-home training program that includes my very best intelligent metabolic workouts with the results-accelerating, rest-based training philosophy. I was determined to make sure everyone who needed to transform their body and recapture the energy and happiness of their youth would be able to achieve those results, just as my personal clients are able to. And that's how Metabolic Aftershock was born. Metabolic Aftershock is helping women all over the world, of all shapes and sizes, of all ages and fitness levels, burn fat, tone, tighten, and sculpt their muscles and regain control of their health faster, easier, and more simply than many of them ever thought possible. And here's why. Metabolic Aftershock is the world's only intelligent exercise program that customizes itself to you in this very specific way by taking into account your unique metabolism and your capacity for exercise through rest-based training. It allows you to determine when, how often, and how long you rest. Remember, adequate rest is what allows you to push hard enough to break through the anaerobic threshold. And that's the key to unleashing the 48-hour flood of fat-burning, age-fighting hormones that can help you achieve the body transformation results you want. Metabolic Aftershock meets you where you are right now, without creating unrealistic demands on your body, heart, lungs, or your muscles. You simply push until you can't, and then you rest until you can. And listen to this. Because you keep modifying, keep changing, keep stepping up the challenge, you're able to keep getting the results with this program for as long as you want. And that's important because if you're like most women in their 30s I work with, you're sick and tired of not getting the results you need. And you're exhausted. You still want to look your absolute best, trim off some of that belly fat that's accumulated, and tighten up some of those muscles that have gone soft and saggy, like Sarah, for example. Before she started the program, she hated her hips and thighs. After just 9 short weeks, she made incredible progress.
My name is Sarah St. Pierre. I was in a really big rut before I did Metabolic Aftershock, and I've been struggling with my weight my entire life. So hearing that I could actually be in shape, be healthy, lose weight, and have it be that simple, it seemed impossible. But yet, I hoped it was true, and it worked. It's absolutely true. I lost 14 pounds. I didn't count a single calorie. I didn't have to do any kind of points counting. It was easy. It was really, really easy.
Sarah's body transformation has been incredible. Now, let's be honest. With so much going on in your life right now, while looking your very best is nice, what you need more than ever is energy. Energy to get all the things done you need to get done. Here's the good news. Exercise, done the right way, can not only help you look your best, it can also recharge your energy batteries to max capacity. However, if you're not careful, if you push yourself too hard for your metabolic type, things can backfire, and you could harm your thyroid and adrenal glands and end up totally exhausted with less energy and more cravings for sugar, carbs, and all the things you know are bad for your body and metabolism. I've seen this crash and burn phenomena too many times to count, and I don't want those things to happen to you. That's why Metabolic Aftershock is such a perfect fit for women in their 30s, especially for those who have a lot going on and are feeling exhausted. For example, take Christina, whose story may sound familiar.
I'm Christina, and I'm a 37-year-old mom of 2 young kids. I lost 20 pounds in 9 weeks, which is amazing. Before I started the Metabolic Aftershock, I was working out a lot before, trying to lose weight, working out up to like 10 hours a week. I was like dieting to the minimum amount I could handle, and I gained weight. I actually gained weight, and I wanted to try Metabolic Aftershock because the 15 minutes for a workout sounded really great with my schedule and with 2 little ones having to chase after them. I actually thought I just have a really sucky metabolism, and I'm stuck this way, and it's never, the only way I'm ever going to lose weight is if I'm starving and miserable. And what I learned is that you can have energy, you can feel satiated and not have, food cravings and still lose weight at the same time. I just feel very stable. Like I feel like it helped my mood, it helped my energy. It's nice to not feel that agitation or that, I have to be hungry and lose weight. It felt kind of magical.
The fact is, there's nothing magical about it. The intelligent exercises in Metabolic Aftershock can recharge your energy batteries to their max capacity without abusing your sensitive thyroid or adrenal glands. Plus, Metabolic Aftershock gives you the biggest bang for your buck, delivering you the max body sculpting results in minimum time, freeing up your schedule to knock out everything that's piled up on your plate, at work, at home, and with your friends and family, and giving you some of that much-needed me time to allow you to fully relax and recharge your mental battery. Take Dina, for example. She absolutely loves the extra free time now that she doesn't have to go to the gym.
This just fit my lifestyle. It worked perfect because it's only 3 workouts for 15 minutes each week. And the phases, there's 3 different phases. And so you never get bored because your workouts are changing every 3 weeks. I just completed the Metabolic Aftershock program. and I absolutely loved it. I lost 22 pounds and 27 inches from the program. My jeans literally are falling off. I've had to go out and buy new ones, and that is super exciting.
These are the kind of results I see over and over again, especially with new moms who struggle to find the time to do anything, not least of which is doing what needs to be done to lose that baby weight, all while dealing with constant stress of caring for an infant. That's why Metabolic Aftershock works so well for Janelle.
My name is Janelle Pomeroy. I am 30 years old. I just did Metabolic Aftershock for 9 weeks and I lost 12 pounds. I had tried to lose some weight post-baby and couldn't get it off. Before doing this, I was doing another home workout program that was 45 to 60 minutes a day, 6 days a week, which was totally not manageable, while also having a 1-year-old at the same time. There was no way to be able to fit that into my life again. So I tried Metabolic Aftershock and it fit more than easily into my life. 15 minutes a day is totally easy to do.
Now, listen up. It's not just about doing the right exercise for your metabolic type. As you learned earlier, eating the right foods for your metabolic type has a huge impact as well. That's why I have also included in Metabolic Aftershock a detailed step-by-step nutrition plan that will show you exactly the foods to eat and the foods to avoid to help optimize your specific metabolism, burn more fat calories, and give you the energy boost that any woman in her 30s so desperately needs. This 1-2 exercise and nutrition combo can work like gangbusters and is something any woman in her 30s can do. And best of all, it gets these results in a shockingly short amount of time. Each exercise takes just 45 seconds and an entire workout just 15 minutes, and you only work out 3 times a week. I mean, who doesn't have 15 minutes 3 times a week? Amazing, isn't it? Now, if you're wondering what else do I need to take advantage of Metabolic Aftershock, the answer is absolutely nothing. You won't need to travel to a gym, which, as you probably know only too well, can be inconvenient at best and embarrassing at worst. In fact, you won't need any equipment whatsoever. That's right, not even weights, because the only thing Metabolic Aftershock needs to work is your body weight, which means you can do these movements in a very small space, whenever and wherever you have 15 minutes to spare, in your home, at the office, or even while you're traveling. That's convenience at its best. But now, let's take a closer look at exactly what you get in return for just 15 minutes 3 times a week. How does 67% more total calories burned sound? Well, that's what a 2005 study in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found when comparing intelligent metabolic workouts to traditional workouts. As you can see from the blue part of the chart, all that endless huffing and puffing from a regular, long, and tedious workout burns more calories during the workout itself than an intelligent metabolic workout does. But check out the part in red. That's how many extra calories you burn after each type of workout is over, while you're relaxing, watching TV, and even while you're sleeping. As you can see, the intelligent metabolic workout burned 510% more calories after the workout was over and 67% more total calories overall, while it toned and shaped muscles up to 82% better. Here's the best part, though. The intelligent metabolic workout can be knocked out in up to 90% less time than the traditional long, boring workout. That's a mere 1/10 of the time. 1 minute for every 10 you would normally spend. That leaves a ton more time for you to do the things you love, like spending more quality time with your family or just relaxing and unplugging from the hectic lives we all lead. I know that kind of ongoing fat burning may seem incredible. However, the reason it is in fact possible is because Metabolic Aftershock works with your metabolism, not against it as most other exercise programs do, to stimulate your body to keep burning fat calories long after your workout is over. Now that's efficient. But what about after those 48 hours? Get ready for some more good news. Metabolic Aftershock also works to upgrade your metabolism to actually get better at burning fat overall. How, you ask? Studies show that Aftershock-style workouts can multiply the number of your cellular fat-devouring factories called mitochondria that your muscles contain. That means your newly sculpted muscles will burn a lot more fat than your former, flabbier ones did. Best of all, the fat tends to disappear from all the right places, the places you want it gone from, so your body actually becomes physically more attractive. For women, that reshaping results in a trimmer, sexier hourglass shape with attractive curves and tighter, smoother skin. That physical makeover is very satisfying, especially for those who have struggled with their weight. Yet, Metabolic Aftershock does so much more than just transform your body shape. It also helps give you a health makeover from the inside out. How? By literally flooding your cells with a powerful cocktail of youth-enhancing hormones that can help someone look and feel their energized, normal, sexy selves again. What else can this cocktail of youth hormones do? Well, it can help combat inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the major causes of health problems that lead to accelerated aging, as well as heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and chronic pain. It gets even better though. Research shows these intelligent workouts can also strengthen the heart in ways that helps protect against heart attacks and do it up to 2 times better than regular exercise. Intelligent workouts can also be more effective at raising your good cholesterol and improving life-giving blood flow. They can even lower your blood pressure significantly. Plus, your brain will thank you as well because these exercises can actually stimulate your body to produce a very powerful substance called BDNF, which is like Miracle-Gro for your brain. BDNF is an amazing compound that protects, increases the growth of, and actually strengthens the connections between certain brain cells, leading to improved focus, memory, and learning. Now, looking better with revitalized health is a pretty fantastic 1-2 punch. However, perhaps what people love the best after experiencing the Metabolic Aftershock workouts is how incredible it makes them feel.
I have so much more energy, and I don't have insomnia anymore. I sleep like a baby. I am out completely.
I just feel very stable. Like I feel like it helped my mood, it helped my energy.
You know, Metabolic Aftershock took me from feeling sleepy and exhausted and unfit to stronger and more energy and more fit.
See, your body will love the rush of human growth hormone, also known as HGH. This is the superstar fountain of youth hormone that movie stars crave. So much so, they pay big bucks to endure risky, painful HGH injections. But research has shown an intelligent metabolic workout can safely and naturally increase levels of HGH by almost 4 times over. This can tighten your skin, tone up your muscles, strengthen your bones, boost your energy, and give you a better feeling of well-being by relieving feelings of stress and anxiety. Wouldn't it be nice to experience all of that? Now, in spite of all these incredible benefits, here's the thing to remember. Each intelligent movement in Metabolic Aftershock is only 45 seconds long, which enables you to push as hard as your body allows, break through that magical metabolic threshold, and really start shedding that unwanted fat. What's more, since the entire workout takes just 15 minutes and only needs to be done just 3 days a week, it's all over before you know it. Plus, you'll never do the same workout twice in a row. Each one is varied and fun. And don't forget, you get to rest whenever you want, for as long as you need. No wonder so many people tell me they're actually enjoying exercising again. Or, in some cases, enjoying it for the first time ever, and even looking forward to the next workout. Like Sheila from Harrison Township, Michigan. She's a mother of 4 who says she loves Metabolic Aftershock and that she's lost 9.5 pounds and over 10 inches in just 5.5 weeks. Or Susie, a grandmother from Illinois. Susie says not only does she look forward to the exercises, but people can actually see how much energy she gets from them.
It's like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Make yourself do it, and then, oh, it energizes and you feel better. And then that just obviously shows in your face and your skin.
Or Holly C. from Rosemont, Minnesota, who is a busy mother of 5. Holly lost over 60 pounds with Metabolic Aftershock, and she feels so much better in so many ways. Now, while everyone's results are different, this shows you what is possible, and that Metabolic Aftershock is something that could help you finally reach your fat loss, body shaping, and health and fitness goals. Okay, now I've got some extremely good news for you. Listen, if you're like most people I've worked with, you've probably tried different exercise programs in the past, and they've probably failed you miserably. I totally understand your frustration. I see it all the time in the eyes of my clients when they first come to me. They appear despondent and unable to believe anything will work for them. And you're certainly right to be skeptical as well. So what I want to do for you is this. Because you've taken the time today to find your metabolic type and your #1 metabolic killer, and because Metabolic Aftershock was developed specifically to help people with your type of metabolic challenges, I've arranged for you to take my Metabolic Aftershock program for a no-risk, try-it-and-see test drive. The reason why I've done this is because test driving the program before you decide if you want to keep it is the best way I know to experience for yourself just how well these intelligent workouts will work for you, even if nothing else has, because nothing else is automatically customized to your metabolic type and fitness level simply by putting you in control. I'm going to show you exactly how to get your 100% risk-free copy of Metabolic Aftershock at a fraction of the normal cost in just a moment, so you can get everything you need to stimulate your metabolism and finally get it working for you instead of against you. First, here's what you'll enjoy during your test drive of Metabolic Aftershock. I've designed 3 phases of video workouts that systematically wake up, repair, and optimize your metabolism, upgrading it to its ultimate fat-burning capacity. These videos contain the same special sequence of intelligent movements I've developed at my clinic and that have worked for the thousands of people I've personally trained and whose progress I've carefully followed. They help get and keep you motivated by constantly changing the workouts as you progress, keeping it fun, interesting, and as challenging as you need it to be. Here's a quick rundown of all 3 phases. Phase 1 is called Create the Spark. This phase reawakens your sleeping metabolism by upgrading your metabolic spark plugs to bring your fat-burning engine back to life. Special, full-body, intelligent movements will develop your fitness levels and prepare you for Phase 2 by improving your coordination, balance, and range of motion. Many people get it wrong by skipping ahead and doing too much too fast, only to get burned out or worse, injured. That's not the case here, as this initial phase gets your muscles and metabolism primed for the goodness to come. Phase 2 is called Light the Fire, and that's because in this phase, you'll really start turning up the metabolic heat, burning fat, and with a particular emphasis on sculpting tight, toned, and lean muscle, resulting in visible changes that you and others will notice. A special intelligent move called rep chains build the nerve connections between muscles, dramatically increase blood flow to your muscles, and improve overall muscle strength and function. As you know, keeping muscles tight and firm instead of soft and saggy gets harder as you age. However, by the end of this phase, you may do a double take as you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and wonder, is my body really changing this fast? Phase 3 is called Fan the Flames. Picture dumping gasoline on an open fire. That's what's about to happen to your metabolism. Phase 1 kick-started your fat-burning engines. Phase 2 started sculpting lean, sexy muscle. And now, in Phase 3, we're about to light a metabolic fire so white-hot, even the most stubborn fat may not stand a chance. Moves called metabolic chains bring everything together. Body fat locked in those trouble spots can finally start coming off, and soft, weak muscles really take shape as they become sculpted and strong. This combination allows your overall physique to improve dramatically. In fact, many people have reported their pants getting looser, their faces really slimming out, and even having to get wedding rings resized. Plus, their minds begin to feel sharper and more focused as their newly upgraded metabolism delivers all-day energy every day. That's why I just love this phase. Now, if you're like most people, you're probably wondering what it takes to get access to this kind of specialized metabolism optimizing program. Well, first, let me tell you that people come from around the world to work with me personally for as much as $6,000 for a few months of training, not including airfare, hotel, and meals. And consider this, what is it costing you to not have access to this program? The average person spends close to $8,000 a year just on medical costs. But how much of that will you be able to put back into your pocket if you're healthier, get sick less often, and no longer need to shell out for doctors and hospital visits, and all those expensive side effect-laden drugs? Heck, when you consider all of that, even if Metabolic Aftershock costs hundreds of dollars, it would still be worth many times that. However, you won't have to spend hundreds of dollars. You won't even have to spend $100 because while the regular price of Metabolic Aftershock is $97, since I know that you're serious and because you've taken the time to figure your metabolic type and your #1 metabolic killer, I want to reward your commitment with a special, limited time discount that I was able to convince the publisher, Natural Health Sherpa, to extend to you today. The good news is that this allows you to test drive Metabolic Aftershock for the lowest price possible. The bad news is that this introductory price could go away at any moment. After all, this is a new product, and the publisher invested a lot developing it to get it done to my meticulous standards. So I'm anticipating that soon they will have to raise the price back to $97. In fact, it may already have gone back up. You'll have to check below right now to see if the discount is still available. If it's still available, I'd grab it right now. It may be gone tomorrow or even a few hours from now. And because I want saying yes to Metabolic Aftershock to be the easiest decision you've ever made, here's what else I'd like to do. When you request your copy of Metabolic Aftershock right now, right here on this page, I'll send you 3 free metabolism boosting gifts. These gifts will help jumpstart your efforts so you can start stripping away that excess fat and unleashing those youth-enhancing compounds as quickly and easily as possible. Your first free gift is the Rapid Results Quick Start Guide. This Cliff Notes tutorial shows you how to get started torching fat, shaping muscle, and fighting aging in 5 minutes or less. You'll love it if you're the type of person who likes to get started quickly and start seeing results quickly. This is also perfect if you are pressed for time and just want to get to the good stuff. Your second free gift is my anti-aging secrets interview. If you want to look and feel younger, you'll want to pay special attention to what I reveal in this interview. For example, you're going to discover how metabolic aftershock can transform a notorious inflammation-causing molecule into a powerful inflammation fighter. I'll reveal how you can have softer, baby-fresh skin, stronger bones and hair and nails that grow strong and healthy. And here's your third free gift, the step-by-step body transformation handbook. This shows you how to perform the special intelligent movements correctly, crucial to generating the biggest metabolic aftershock possible, so you're sure to keep burning fat, toning muscle, and fighting aging for up to 48 hours after your workout is over. It also includes some important tips for multiplying the program's effectiveness to the max, like the 4 simple major biofeedback signals that confirm if you've broken through the all-important anaerobic threshold, which is crucial to achieving your ultimate fat-burning capacity after your workout. Plus, I'll show you a state-of-the-art technique called vascular occlusion that floods your body with powerful metabolic molecules called myokines that further enhance your ability to burn fat and send out even more youth-enhancing hormones to improve how you look and feel. Add these 3 bonuses together and that's a total value of $111. However, today they are all yours for free just for giving Metabolic Aftershock a try. Now, if you're like me, you hate waiting for anything, especially something that can finally get your metabolism burning fat, sculpting muscle, and turning back the clock the way it should. So you'll see in the area under this video that I've made special arrangements for you to receive an online digital version of Metabolic Aftershock so you can access everything immediately. That way you can be on your way to that brand new you just minutes from now. That's all 3 phases of the Metabolic Aftershock video workouts: create the spark, light the fire, and fan the flames, plus my anti-aging secrets interview, the rapid results quick start guide, and the step-by-step body transformation handbook, all available for immediate download in the next few seconds. And you have the option to get a hard copy version of the program shipped to you, including a complete set of DVDs, plus all of the free bonuses that you can hold in your hands. So all it takes to get started immediately with your no-risk test drive of Metabolic Aftershock for the very special price you see below is to request your copy right now by clicking or tapping on your preferred option below. All I ask in return for such a substantial discount is one thing. After you go through the Metabolic Aftershock program, after you've experienced what it's like to have a fully activated fat-burning metabolism, please share your results with me. I'll explain exactly how inside the program. It's easy. When you do, please be sure to include both your metabolic type and #1 metabolic killer. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because it will be a huge help in my never-ending quest to make Metabolic Aftershock as effective as possible. I'm never satisfied, and I constantly tweak and refine the program based on the real results people are getting, because getting results is all that matters. Plus, I believe your success will help motivate and inspire others, and help them avoid years of grinding away at exercises that do little or no good, or even do them actual harm. So as my way of saying thanks in advance for sharing your results, I'm giving you immediate access to my program at the lowest price my publisher will allow. Now here's the thing, even at this incredibly low price, if you don't get results, I don't want your money. I simply don't deserve it. That's why I insisted my publisher do this. Include a 100% risk-free, 90-day, triple promise money-back guarantee, which works like this. Results promise #1 is that you can do it, whether you're younger or older, in great shape or out of gas, overweight, undermotivated or under-energized, are slowed by an injury, physical limitation, or chronic health condition. I promise that it will be easy to customize the Metabolic Aftershock program to your abilities and make it work for you. Just ask Suzanne from Milan, Illinois. She lost over 107 pounds after just a few rounds of Metabolic Aftershock. She even ran a full marathon with her husband, something she never dreamed she could accomplish. She even told me she is wearing a size 8 skinny jeans. Susan is one of my favorite stories. Nice work, Susan. Results promise #2 is that you'll see and feel results fast. I mean visible results, like tighter muscles, a leaner tummy, reduced trouble spots, and healthier skin. For example, look at Tina from Killen, Alabama. She used to waste hours in the gym with no results. However, after just 1 round of Metabolic Aftershock, she lost lost 14 pounds and 14 inches off her body. She tightened and toned her legs, arms, hips, and butt. If you hadn't guessed, when you're in your 50s, a full body transformation like this certainly isn't easy, but she did it and now looks absolutely smoking. Congratulations, Tina. You'll also quickly feel the results as well. A surge in energy, better mood, a sharper focus and concentration, and don't forget the huge age-fighting benefits of healthier inflammation, blood sugar, blood pressure, and cholesterol levels, not to mention a stronger heart and stronger lungs as a bonus. You don't need to just take my word on that. Get a few lab tests before you begin the program and then again in a month. See if your doctor isn't shocked at your 30-day progress, and be sure and let me know the results. And here's results promise number 3. You'll get motivated and stay motivated because the exercises are constantly changing and enjoyable, because they produce immediate results, because the 45 seconds go by so fast, and because they can be done anywhere. You'll surprise yourself when you stay with the program, not because of sheer willpower, but from the overwhelming feeling of satisfaction that comes when you finally find something that really works for you.
He's made this program so user-friendly that I think anyone of any age, of any lifestyle, can really benefit from it. This is an individualized program, and it's not just something that you do for 9 weeks. It's really something that I feel I can incorporate for the rest of my life.
I now have the tools and a whole new skill set to consider my future because, my body's going to be changing as I grow older like anyone else would. Being able to understand how that works and being able to see it progress and change, in real time is invaluable to how I'm going to be able to sustain the program.
Metabolic Aftershock completely transformed my body in the best way. I lost weight, I lost inches, I feel healthy, and it's something that I can see carrying beyond just what I've already done because it's easy.
These women aren't any different than you, so I give you my word here and now. Unless I keep every one of these results promises, unless you're 100% satisfied in every way, at any point in the next 90 days, I insist you let me know, so I can rush you a prompt, no hard feelings refund. In the odd chance that happens, simply call Natural Health Sherpa's customer service team at 800-316-8556 or email them at support@naturalhealthsherpa.com. You will immediately receive a 100% no questions asked refund of every penny, less shipping and handling. Customer service is super easy to get a hold of, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I make sure they respond promptly and courtesy to all inquiries and requests. Now, I need to tell you something, and it's important, so please listen up. I honestly don't know how long my publisher, Natural Health Sherpa, will allow me to offer Metabolic Aftershock at this amazingly affordable price. That means that if you try to come back again tomorrow, or even later today, it's possible this offer may well be gone forever. All I can say is that this special offer is only available right here, right now. Besides, there's no need to delay another second, is there? After all, you're fully protected by my unprecedented triple promise money-back guarantee. So it really is like simply taking the program out for a test drive. Besides, every minute someone delays is one more minute they're heavier than they would like to be, more out of shape than they would like to be, and more vulnerable to pain, injury, low energy, sickness, and accelerated aging. Look, we all know that stubborn, frustrating fat isn't going to go away on its own, and those all too visible signs of aging aren't going away on their own either. They're only going to get worse. But now you know the truth. This all really can be stopped and even reversed thanks to the power of intelligent, rest-based exercise customized to your unique metabolism and fitness level. I designed Metabolic Aftershock to be the most enjoyable way for you to get from where you are right now to where you want to be. And if my experience working directly with thousands of my patients and clients is any indication, it's by far the quickest and easiest way to do it for those short on time and struggling to get the results they deserve. Now it's up to you to take the next step. Just click or tap your preferred option below and let me guide you on your journey to a new, more shapely, healthier, more energetic, happier, and fitter you. Hey, wait, before you go, one last thing if you're still undecided. I just wouldn't feel right if I hadn't done everything I could to get you to give Metabolic Aftershock a try. Since you stayed with me this long, I know you're really serious about losing fat and toning and shaping those muscles. So, when you order right now, I want to send you a free copy of a very special bonus workout, my Fat Torching Burnout Sessions. This workout is for you if you're ready to put in the extra effort that will enable you to burn fat and improve your body shape even faster. It will trigger what I call your gas pedal hormones. These are special starter hormones that trigger a flood of youth-enhancing compounds that fan out to upgrade, repair, and get the absolute most out of both your body and your brain. It can be yours today along with everything else I've talked about, the Metabolic Aftershock program and the 3 other free gifts, but only if you act right now. Oh, and one more thing. I just wanted to share some of the feedback we've recently gotten from the verified buyers of Metabolic Aftershock that may help inspire and motivate you to success.